Yeah, Your Grace, you are most welcome once again to Dance of Kasese. We are so happy that you're here with the Christians of Kasese, and we are happy with the message that now that you've talked about the process under which the church is going through, so that we can have the three people canonized and later become saints. Would wish that as you go back to other dioceses and as you probably go back to Guru Archdiocese, which message, which assignment are you leaving to the people of Kasese, so that we can keep doing up to that time when we can have our three people to qualify to be announced saints?
The people of Kasese, what I ask them to do is a long period. I cannot say it is this short or it is that long. It is a long process. So they should continue. They must continue. They should not put a limit to it, say maybe for a period of 1-2 years. No, I can't say that one. Because the process does not totally depend on the bishop nor on the archbishop, not totally on the population of people in Kasese or other places. It has to be connection between the Archdiocese of Gulu with the Rome to make it the final stage. Because all what would be reported as miracles should be addressed through Gulu. There is a postulator for this, so he will work on that, but connect with all the time with the Rome. Yeah.
Yeah, I would wish that you briefly tell us what are the expected, in case like you asked the people of Kasese last evening, you said people can begin praying through those people. What could be the criteria in case somebody prays through the three people who are being prepared and probably a miracle is witnessed in his life or in her life? What would be the criteria for that person to report that?
If he's not fully aware and he doesn't know the procedure, he can come and talk to the bishop of Kasese. He can come and talk, or she can come and talk to the bishop of Kasese. With his staff, they can write fully what happened and how it happened. So they don't stop by themselves. And I don't think they can find it easy to link with the postulator in Gulu, because that will take a long time. And the postulator in Gulu has got also the responsibility to get accurate information from here, all right? And that cannot be done by somebody who is not fully aware. That's the way how I can answer this question. Yeah.
Then I would also wish that you tell us about the celebrations in October.
October, we have the anniversary of the memorial anniversary of the two martyrs, Daudi Okelo and Jildo Irwa, at Paimol, the shrine where they laid their lives, they were killed there. And normally it is done by, locally it has been made basically from Gulu, all right? You have had, for example, one deanery leading the rest of the dances. But many people can come for it from any other part of Uganda, even outside Uganda. Any, for example, you have people from South Sudan. There were some people even from Congo. Among these who have listened here, some will go there. Then you have from Tororo, from Karamoja, you have people from Kampala, from Jinja, any of these, they come for the celebration. I can compare it very closely to Namugongo. Very clear to Namugongo.
Yeah, thank you so much. Your Grace, you talked about a plan of developing those shrines.
Yes.
And you said you would wish that in future it should become a bigger shrine like that for Namugongo.
Right.
Which bigger plan do you have to develop that?
This is now something locally we shall have to discuss with the managers of the shrine, right? The managers of the shrine. And we can also link with the other shrines around. We have, Namugongo is one. There are other shrines where people make pilgrimages. I know there are some shrines here, like for Kagua in Hoima. And then there are also here, Rudolfo, and Fort Portal, I think. They have. And others elsewhere in the world, they have some big shrines. We can also learn from them and make the accurate design, comprehensive design for that. And then we need to lobby. The government, through the Ministry of Tourism, is willing to support these centers, okay? And that is already something substantial, because through these shrines, tourism also is encouraged. Local tourism, national tourism, but also international tourism. Generally, when people know that there is such a center somewhere, they also want to go there. Even from outside Uganda, they want to go there. Yeah. So it is a plan to be done, not immediately. I cannot expose anything for you right now. Yes.
Could you probably tell us the time when the process of preparing these people started? When did it start?
Oh, you mean for the beatification and
the initial stage. When did it start and what is remaining?
All right. It started, those of Daudi Okelo and Jildo Irwa started a long time, 1953, collecting, some virtues these people had and how they died in Paimol. All these records were being collected that time, 1953. But it picked more seriously after 1999. Yeah. Until they were beatified, 2002. Then for Daudi, for Ambrolosi, his was most recent. Yeah. He died in 1987. 1999, it was already process of beatification and canonization was picked up. So now, with my going around, the key thing now is, as I said to the people already, they need to pray for miracle. And the intentions they propose can be very many. Not only one or two or three, as many as they have, provided what they're asking the help for will demand unusual intervention of God, whereby people will not have expected anything like that. Like I told you about that lady in a Matanya hospital. That kind of healing, none of the people expected it. The doctors did not expect it. The priests who were providing even prayers and so on did not expect it. But it just comes as a part of the process of praying with the faith that what we're asking God through the intercession of this blessed, we shall get it. Yeah.
Yeah, last night, in fact, you said they are the first two young ones.
Yeah.
They were catechists.
Catechists, yes.
And that they were killed because of their faith.
That's right.
If we go back to the history of the Uganda matters, they were killed on orders of the Kabaka, the
Right.
then Kabaka of Uganda.
Right.
Who ordered, who really killed these ones, specifically for those in Gulu?
There were, there was, we can say, a chief whose name I've just forgotten it. I wish I had gone through the history again. He gave that order for these people to be killed. So it was a local chief of Paimol there. But there were also some political and then cultural conflicts and the social conflicts in the area. There was a slave trade. All these people were injecting ideas to the leaders, local leaders there, to get rid of these people. The church opposes slave trade very strongly. They don't promote anything of slave trade. That's against human right. Yeah.
Then maybe Your Grace would wish to know, we know that you are touring around all dioceses in Uganda.
Right.
Why have you decided to tour in this year of hope?
Why this year?
Yeah, why this year and why now?
I think I took it as a part of my retirement program. You see, when I was as an Archbishop of Gulu, I could not have such a chance easily because I had my own archdiocese and my own administration. I would not even have time to go all around the other dioceses as I'm doing now. So I have taken advantage of my period of retirement. I said, this is a very, very important program. Why can't I do it? I have time at my leisure. I can decide. And as I've come here to Kasese, the Archbishop my Archbishop there at home does not ask me, why are you doing this? No, he sees the value of it, and other people also. And even more so, the dioceses where I have to go, they see the value of it. It will encourage the spirit of living faithfully to Christ, you see? And it will also bring the sense of belonging together as a church, the Catholic Church in Uganda, around our matters. I think it was Pope Francis who said, you people, you belong to the people of Uganda matters. So live to their values. Don't live for anything else. Live to their values for which they gave their lives. So live as witnesses of Jesus Christ. In imitation to these matters. You have heard me talk of this already. In my conclusion yesterday, I told to the people, love your martyrs, promote them, and pray especially for these three blessed to be made or to be canonized. That was what I said, and it is true.
And during Mass, you said the two are martyrs and another one died a normal death. What is the difference there?
The difference is this. The martyrs, they die violent death. They are forced to die for the sake of preventing them from following their faith. You see? Well, for this one who died natural death, he was already practicing his faith. There was no need for anybody to go and stop him, say, don't practice your faith. Well, for the martyrs, is violent. They were being prevented from witnessing the faith in which they are. So they say, oh, if this is the case, we are going to die for the sake of Jesus.
Yeah, your worship, there are very many people who actually wish to become saints after their death. And some of them, they actually don't know the life they're supposed to live.
Yeah.
Especially if they are to prepare themselves to be saints in future. And I would really wish that you give a small message or guidance in case one is a lay faithful, even if he is a religious leader, but has that feeling of like, when I leave this world, I should really join the saints. Which type of life should these people stay? How should these people handle themselves such that in future they are really considered saints?
You know, Jesus gave a very straightforward principle. Somebody asked him, Master, what must I do to enter into eternal life? His answer was straight. Don't you have the commandments? Don't you know the commandments? He repeated a few to the person. Then there was a question of love of neighbor. He said, who is my neighbor really? Then you remember, he gave the example of the man who was coming from Jerusalem. He entered into an ambush of people at Jericho. He was robbed of everything. Then they injured him. He was left there helpless. Then three people were coming. One was a priest, another a Levite, the other one was a Samaritan. Then the Samaritan did not pass by as the Levite and the other priest. He stopped and they came down to see the condition of this man. He felt that he should do something for this neighbor. And he cleaned the wound and bound it and took him and put him on the what? On his horse and took him to the inn to protect him. And then he said, you, the master of this inn, if there is any balance I should pay, I will come and do it on my way. The first law is love. If you want to be holy, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your strength. The second is love one another as I've loved you. That is the principle. Then for we who are Christians, life of prayer, a life of sacraments. After baptism, there is supposed to be the life of Eucharist. That is so important. Jesus said it in John chapter 6, verse 53. He says, if you don't eat my flesh, you don't drink my blood, you have no life in you. It's just like saying you cannot enter heaven because you have rejected me here on earth. How will you enter heaven? You see? And the strength of these people, Daudi, Okelo, Jildo, Irwa, and then Ambrolosi was that one. I told you in the last, when I was, you were not, I think, there. When Bishop came, Bishop Francis Kibira came, I told her, I said, you people, you are lucky. You have perpetual adoration here. You have also the Mass, and even there, so receiving the Eucharist and adoring Jesus is one of the ways to be holy. And even I emphasized it for Dr. Ambrolosi. And the strength of the Uganda Martyrs was this also. Yeah? Yes.
Okay, Your Grace, briefly tell us about your golden
Jubilee.
priestly
Jubilee.
jubilee, yes.
Yeah.
And why have you decided to celebrate it on 20th October?
Well, the first thing is this. I was ordained on the 14th of December, 1974. So last year, I struck 50 years as a priest. It was officially celebrated on the 14th of December, 2024 in Gulu. But my Archbishop, the current Archbishop of Gulu, said there are now two jubilees. There is the International Jubilee, which has been declared by Pope Francis, and there is this local Jubilee of the the Archbishop of Gulu. Let us combine them together to be concluded at Paimol on the 20th of October this year. That's how I came to be there. It was the wish and directive of the current Archbishop of Gulu. It wasn't my wish. I knew I had already celebrated it last year. That was enough. But he said, no, let the parishes invite me also to go and celebrate this Golden Jubilee with them in different places, plus dioceses. I've already gone to Lira. Irwa has booked me already. Nebi has booked me already. So the dioceses within the province, they have already booked me. For Archdiocese, I will conclude at Paimol on the 20th of October. Lira, I did it already on the 6th of last month. No, this month. Huh? Then maybe I will be going in October the 10th. Irwa, I'm going on the October the 4th.
Okay. Thank you, Your Grace. I think the very last question.
Yes.
During Mass, you said about meeting the Pope, telling him about the saint. Can you briefly narrate that story for us?
You know, before Daudi, Okelo, and Jildo were beatified, I had to meet the Pope personally because the process had dragged for a very long time. So I said, with also the help of the other, missionaries and so on, I had to make an appointment with the Pope this one, and John Paul II. I was granted the permission. I went and met him physically as we are talking now. It was very clear. I told him, I said, Your Holiness, the process of these people has dragged so long. Everything has been prepared. The reports about their values, the virtues they were living, is there already. Now the other one is just to know, can they be beatified or no? I think it would be good to do it because three things. One, the situation in which we are living is of insecurity, and therefore people are completely demoralized. Secondly, the young people like this middle age, eh? And then also the teenagers and so on. They need to be also assured of the future. Then the catechists, their morale also is down. All this need to be uplifted. If these people are declared blessed, then it will be very, very, very motivating. And it will be a very wonderful thing to do. He said, okay, what are they? Are these indigenous people? Said, yes, they are. Then he wrote down, this is a very important cause which must be accurately examined and fast. And it was done. In about 6-7 months, it was ready. Then when the report was taken to him later on, he endorsed and ordered now for the day of beatification. So it also helped to put an end to the war in the north. They played a role. These two matters. Daudi, this one here, Dr. Ambrolosi was not yet. He was still, his process was still to be started and also promoted. Yes.
Thank you, Your Grace.
Yeah.
Maybe
If you probably
a special message.
You could tell us any special message that you could be having for the population of Kasese Diocese.
Well, Kasese, I think it is good if they put these people to intercede for them for some programs they have. For example, next year, Kasese is going to lead. He's going to animate the celebration of the martyrs. They can also put this before these martyrs. Help us in all the aspects to make this a success. 2, here, peace is needed because we constantly hear about, attacks from the other side to the people here of Kasese. This could also be an item to pray for, that we get peace, everlasting peace here. Then you have other needs. Huh? You may have, I said about the cathedral, about sickness of Bishop's Jildo, and then I mentioned some other also private challenges. One man came to me, he wanted a photo of Ambrolosi. He wants to go and also pray for his daughter who is in the hospital to be cured with the intercession of Dr. Ambrolosi. Such things are very many. Yeah, they can be encouraged. And I would encourage the people, as I said yesterday, love the martyrs, promote them. Also, pray for the canonization of the other 3 blessed. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Grace, thank you so
You're
much.
welcome. Yes, it is welcome.
For the time
Thank you for
you've
the,
given us.
yeah, for also your, what do you call it, for your work.
Thank you.
Yes.